Hello and welcome to our second clearing live of the day. We're joined by quite a lot of people this time. We are talking about performing arts and acting courses. So we've got three students. We've got Shivani, we've got Alicia, and we've got Lily with us. And we've also got Peda, who is the course coordinator for acting. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Oh, lovely and loud. Lovely job. So we may have some questions coming in. If anyone who's watching live wants to ask any questions around the courses we're talking about, then pop them in the comments box on Facebook or on YouTube. Or if there's any questions after the live broadcast, we will get round to answering them. So really, I guess I'll start with Peda, really, to talk about the kind of offering of acting and what it's like studying acting at Bedfordshire.
I think the students can answer that better than I can, so I'm going to be as brief as possible because we're very student-facing. Our idea is to enable people, and crucially, to enable people to be industry-facing. So we've got two campuses at the University of Bedfordshire, Luton and Bedford. Acting, dance, performing arts are all based at Bedford because we've got incredible facilities there. So dance, fairly obviously, focuses on dance disciplines. Acting, both devised and scripts. And then performing arts sits in the middle, taking elements from each, but also having its own distinctive atmosphere, probably focused slightly more towards European work. So we are, as I said, industry facing. So I worked for 8 years as a professional actor, and then I became a professional director. I still work professionally. I've directed over 50 shows in the UK, in Europe, in the USA. So you are working with professionals, people that work in the industry. Very quickly, the way the course works, 50% of it practical, 25% entrepreneurial, 25% context. The practical stuff. Every semester one, you get what I would call skilling up. So in the first year, that means encountering Stanislavski, but then moving on to physical theatre. And then every semester two, you're doing a professional production, visiting professional director, young, cutting edge, knows what's going on in the business now. You get to meet them if they're looking for actors, they might employ you. And you do a full scale production in the main theatre. By the time you have finished, you will have done duologues, monologues, small groups, large scale ensembles. You'll have done devised, you'll have done script based, you'll have done physical theatre. And the script based stuff will range from the classical, so Shakespeare, the Greeks done in a really radical modern way, to modern, so 20th century stuff, and then totally contemporary stuff. You'll do physical theatre, you'll do multimedia theatre, you'll do mask work. We're actually going to have some motion capture classes this year. So we're trying to really keep up with technology and make sure that when people graduate, they have a CV that employers will be looking for or that suits them to go on to further study. And that's true of acting, performing arts, and dance. There you go. That was a fast overview.
That was a fast-paced overview. Thank you very much for that. So I'll come to some of the students. So Shivani, I'll ask you about what was your experience like at Bedfordshire?
Yeah, it was really, really fun. Like, can't say it was just fun. Like, I feel like I learned a lot. I did all sorts of things. Like in our first year, we did we were all like clowns, and I didn't expect to become in and it was just, I don't know, I didn't really anything that I never expected. We just did. It was just fun. Yeah, we did a lot of practical work as well. Obviously, we still had to do theory, but it was mainly very hands-on. We did loads of workshops, and we got given loads of different opportunities to get involved with different things as well. So yeah, it was really fun.
And which course was it that you studied?
Oh, I did performing arts. Yeah.
You did performing arts. Fantastic. Yeah. And Alicia, how about you and your experience? You were based at the Bedford campus as well, right?
Yes, I did the acting course. So Shivani, Lily and I actually worked together even though we were on different courses. We collaborated during the musical, which was really fun because it meant that obviously we got to work with students that weren't doing our specific course. But something that I think I've taken away from the experience mainly is that I came into the course thinking I'm an actor. And having done loads of devising, I now I'm definitely kind of leaning towards creator sides as well, which I never ever thought that I would say in my life. Because because we were kind of, I don't want to say forced, but obviously there's compulsory units that you have to devise in. And whilst I was a little bit, in my mind, I was like, I'm an actor, I don't know how to do this. You're thrown at the deep end and you have to do it. And then you work with people that you don't necessarily normally work with. And you have to work as a team to, to create something, because you're all in the same boat of you want it to be a good production. And so it really pushes you out of your comfort zone, but in a good way, it challenges you well. So yeah, my experience was really good.
And Alicia, but you probably looked at other universities before choosing Bedfordshire. What was it about coming to Bedfordshire and the facilities perhaps that you really liked?
So I performed in Bedfordshire University prior to applying with an external company, and the theatre itself I really, really liked. I was really drawn to it because the facilities are really good. So that's why I chose Bedford.
Fantastic. And Lily, you also did performing arts. What was your experience like?
It's been the best 3 years of my life. That's the only way that I can describe it. I think the performing arts course specifically it's a kind of in the middle, like Peda was saying. You get to do some of the acting, you get to do some of the dance stuff, but it's got our own little environment of stuff that we do ourselves. And it really, I feel like I've left a very eclectic performer, because it pushes you to do stuff that you never thought that you would do. It pushes you to create in ways that you don't necessarily prefer. It teaches you new ways to perform and to create. And yeah, like I said, I just feel like I'm a much better performer coming out of the uni.
Fantastic. So in terms of industry links, Paddy, you kind of touched on some of this, but what kind of experience do students get with real life industry?
As I say, you're working with current professionals. So on the dance course, people that are out there choreographing, running their own companies. On the acting course and performing arts courses, directors that are working at places like the Young Vic or the Gate Theatre. So you're working with the people that are making exciting work at the moment. And I think crucially, one thing we do on the acting course, there are similar things on performing arts and dance, is that in the third year, we ask the students to form a company. And I go through Arts Council funding with them, how you apply, and they do a pitch in the style of Arts Council funding. If we were going to make a show, this is what it would be. And then I say, great, here's some money, make your show. And they do, they make a full length show that's their creation and that's there ready if they want to try booking it for a tour when they graduate. So we're modeling that real world professional practice.
So you talk about putting a production on together, and Alicia, you talked about the theatre. There's also a box office at the theatre where you can sell tickets to your shows and stuff. How's that feel like as a student, having the opportunity to be able to open up your shows to other people and show what you can do?
I think it really gives you a sense of achievement and accomplishment, because it means that you're creating something that people are paying, whether it's a large amount or a small amount, to come and watch, but it means that you work towards something that it's rewarding for yourself, because like I say, people are going to come and watch it, people pay to kind of give tickets, and I think it gives you a sense of achievement. It makes you feel proud of what you're actually doing, because it kind of becomes more of like a professional show.
Brilliant. And obviously, Lily, you've just graduated, and so the last year of your degree really was probably not as practical as you'd have hoped. So how supportive was the university in that kind of move during COVID to learn online?
They have been incredible. Honestly, they have. They accommodate you in any which way that you can, because obviously they're going through it as well. The lecturers and the staff, so they understand, technology isn't very reliable. And, if you're doing a practical unit, you might not have, you won't have the size space as a clear, dance studio. So they've been really good in trying to adapt the units. For me and Shiv, one of our units completely changed. It was supposed to be a live performance, but then we had to go and film our own solos. and for some people they couldn't get you know, very in-depth editing programs, and you know, they've made it very much, they easily adapted the unit to suit you. So their one person's assessment may not have been exactly the same as the other person's assessment in terms of practicality and all that. And I think that that really helped. It put the stress off of us as well, because it was already a stressful time. And yeah, I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done.
And just remind anyone that's watching, like Lily mentioned, the work that South and Shivani did. The degree show and their performances is all on the website, and you can find that at bed.ac.uk. Really good work. Amazing level of talent this year, considering that a lot of you had to do it really remotely as well. So that's worth checking out on the website. And any of the courses the guys have studied, you can find a full list of them at the website, beds.ac.uk/clearing. Right, I'm going to go round now. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, guys. So I'm going to ask you for any advice you would give somebody thinking about studying at Bedfordshire, certainly like performing arts and acting courses. So I'll start with you, Shivani.
I think the one thing I can say is never say no. Like, just be so open-minded, like come in like on the first day. Like, it can be a bit daunting when they tell you, like, oh, this is your assignment brief for the year and this is what you're going to do. And I don't know if you've studied like performing arts in school or at sixth form, like it's so different. It is a completely different experience. I just say, just never say no, say yes to everything. Even if you think you're going to hate it, just apply, like just throw yourself in the deep end, do it 100%, and you know, I don't think you'll regret it. You'll probably learn a lot even if you absolutely hate it. So yeah, just never say no.
What would you say, Alicia?
Well, I was going to say what Shiv said, so I'll think of something else. No, I was just going to say that obviously you get as much as you put into it. So obviously it's not a low course, it's an undergraduate course, so you do need to work. If you go do your own research and kind of external learning outside of the course as well, then it's obviously going to complement the course. And I think that don't kind of expect to come in and just the classes, like you've done your class A to B and now it's finished. Go home, do your work, and yeah, you'll get as much as out of it as you put in, basically. Just yeah.
And Lily, for you, what would you say to anyone thinking of applying?
Very similar to what Alicia and Shiv have said. Don't be too hard on yourself either, because they will throw you into the deep end, but it's all for your benefit, I guess I would say. Yeah, go in with an open mind, and don't be afraid, I guess, because everyone, like Shiv said, you're in the same boat. Everyone in your class are there because they want to do it. And yeah, just be yourself and enjoy your time there, because although it is education, it is, you know, hopefully what you love to do. And yeah, I guess.
I think that's all really good advice that I'm sure that people watching are just going to think, you know, what a great experience you've all had. And it was really, really great to hear all of those. So thank you very much. I'm going to leave the last word then to Peder to kind of talk about what he thinks would be his advice to somebody thinking of applying to Bedfordshire.
Peder, you're muted.
First of all, learn how to use technology. The people teaching you have experience, and they can bring that experience to help you grow. And what we want to do is grow the artists of the future. But I've made 50 productions. I don't know what the future of theatre is going to be. That's what Lily and Alicia and Shivani are going to decide and discover. And it's about them deciding that, absorbing what we can offer you, but then understanding you can't reproduce that. You have to find your own way. And ideally, that's what we're doing. By the time that students are leaving, they're standing on their own 2 feet and going, right, I know how to do this. Off I go.
That's brilliant. Thank you all so much. And if anyone's watching after the live broadcast, you can still pop your questions in the comment box and we will answer all your questions throughout the day. Everyone, thank you very much for your time today. Take care.
Thank you.